Greetings. My name is Louise Dente, and I welcome you to yet another edition of Cultural Caravan. On this edition, we welcome the founder, artistic director, and choreographer, and professor, Miss Danys LaMora Perez. Welcome to the Cultural Caravan.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now, your company, known as Oro Afro Cuban Experimental Dance Ensemble, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is basically debuting a world premiere of a new work entitled Siete Mares. Tell us what that is, or Seven Oceans. Tell us about, first of all, what inspired you to enter the field of the arts?
Well, as I want to share with you, dance is all in my life. Through dance, I do everything. Dance in my family is everything. And what inspired me to bring any of my stage work that I made is first my soul, second the human quality, the value that we can offer to the community, to people, for acknowledge about my culture, about everything that I have the opportunity and the blessing to receive from my family, my parents, since I'm growing up. Siete Mares, that means seven ocean, is a very particular and special piece for me because it's coming on the very important part of my life. I live a very strong moment in my life that is amazing. I really feel a lot of gratitude for life and for everything that I receive from people, from the universe. And the ocean especially is like a part of my house. I believe on the next life, if I have another, I will come in on the ocean. The ocean is everything for me. The ocean represents in my culture the deity named Yemaya, and it's big, it's beautiful, it's strong, and have a strong meaning for me. So I think even when I always honors of the deity of my culture, make something beautiful for her, for the humanity, that the new generation and everybody in general can see and can remember the value of the human being, where we're coming from, who we are, and where we're going.
Yes. Now, just to let people know, when you talk about, you're from Santiago, Cuba. How long have you been here in the United States?
Well, I'm coming from Santiago de Cuba. That is the east part of the island. And I live in the United States for 13 years. But I ever maintain my physical contact with my island. So I travel every year more than 2 times to Cuba because I have a company in Cuba, I have a family, I'm working there, and because all the product that I bring to the stage is coming from Cuba with African heritage. So that's the place that I always must be in touch.
Now, in terms of Cuba has the strong sense of the preservation of African culture, particularly as we know we've all been brought from Africa, from West Africa mostly, throughout the diaspora. And particularly the fact that we've preserved, particularly in Cuba, the traditions of Africa, particularly the religious traditions and understandings. So in terms of, just for those in the audience who are not as familiar with the traditions, particularly the Orisha tradition as it relates to tracing its way back to Nigeria, particularly the Yoruba in Nigeria. Tell us a little bit about that connection to Cuba growing up in terms of how it impacted you as an artist.
Well, it's an amazing and huge history that is impossible that I can make in a few seconds, but I will try to do my best. Everybody know about the presence of the African continent on the new work, as we say, El Nuevo Mundo, or American continent. Especially in Cuba, we receive different ethnicity coming from Africa. We have the Yoruba people coming from Nigeria, Lukumi people. We have the Congo that we name as a Bantu language. We have the Carabalí, we have the Dahomeyano. When I say Dahomey, I refer to what we know today as the Benin. And in Cuba, all those ethnicity arrive, and we receive, and it's part of our conformation. You know, we receive Africa and we receive something for Europe, Spain people. And for those strong culture is what the Cuban is born. And it's very important because we preserve, you know, as an identity in our country, the both part, the Hispanic folklore and the African folklore. So talking about the African heritage, we receive from the Yoruba people that coming from Nigeria, a very strong culture that is very, very strong, huge and popular in Cuba. Even when the Congo people was the first one arrived the island. But on the Yoruba culture, we can find different deity that represent the force of nature. We're talking about the water, about the earth, about the fire. When we say water, we say sweet and salt. So we're talking about river and ocean. We're talking about the mountain that it represents. So each nature force represents a deity. We're talking about Yemaya, that is represent the ocean, Oshun, the river, Obatala, the mountain. He's the creator of the man. We're talking about Elegua, that is part of Seven Mare, that represents the road, the destiny of the man, and many other Orisha that we call in our culture. Of course, it's a religion. It's a religion, but it's also the essence, you know, the concept for this religion that we brought to the stage. The music, the dance, the form, as a story that we can tell people, so people can be acknowledged for what we receive, for what we have, the part of the identity of Cuban people, and the way that we really preserve as an amazing treasure in our island.
Well, it definitely is. And, you know, just one of the things that we are going to do is to share with the audience some of the excerpts from the program. And we thank you so much for enabling us to do that. The show opens up with a beautiful display. It's like a creation story, you know, and you have these images of the beginning of the world. So tell us, and then you open up with a story. Tell us about the story for those who may not understand the language. What is the story about, and how does it unfold in terms of these deities and their relationship to it?
Of course, it's very important you notice on the story because I believe then we count well, and that is important to me. Seven mares, siete mares, is a word that I'm trying to represent the beginning of the planet. How strong and dramatic was the way that the planets would be formed. After that, the beginning of the life, the water always was there, the mountain and the stone, because on the beginning, that's what the planet is, a big stone. And if we see on the Yoruban pantheon, el agua is a stone. We call piedra in Spanish. So that's the more important. So when the word start talking about the beginning of the life, everything, the water, the fire, the stone, and then the representation of our ancestor. That is the first thing that you can see. We represent the ancestor, give the gratitude, give the things, bring the honors and the respect, and ask for the license, the permission, and the blessing to start to do whatever we do on the stage. So that's the first thing. Then you can see there Elegua, that is the first Orisha or deity, owner of the road that open. Following is Obatala. Obatala, we say in our Yoruba mythology, is the Orisha, the deity that create the man, the human being. That was the homework coming from Olofi, that is the name of the god in this culture. And he's the first. He was there from the beginning, as well as Yemaya, that is the honors deity, and this work, Seven Mare. Why Seven Mare? Because we try to represent the different road that this deity has. The ocean is only one, but we can see the dark water, the light water, the wave, you know, the white, the blue, the deep, the more superficial. So we call road in different paths that we have. And that's what I'm trying to bring to people. Because when people know about this culture, they know in general, see Yemaya, she is the queen of the ocean, and that's it. But it's many more inside, and it's many more story than you can know about this deity especially, than is the owner of the maternity, is a mother of the work. So it's very important for me in this moment bring this kind of work that can bring some humanity for people. It's even more deeper than a stage representation. Humanity to the people to remind people how this planet is made on the beginning, how much we live through the decade and decade. So it's really a message to continue take care what we have it in this planet. It's a very good message for the new generation, to see exactly the value of the human being, the quality that we need to preserve and maintain, and those culture help you because that's its identity.
Now, what has been the response? I know that you teach and you've shared Afro-Cuban culture throughout the United States and beyond. What has been the response to the work from others?
That is a very important question. I believe, and I feel very deep in my, the response is very nice. The community come in, follow my class, follow my work, all my stage work, have the people. People repeat and repeat and repeat all the time. When I have it, I can see same faces, sometimes new face. Many people coming to know about the story of the Cuban founder, the Cuban identity. Many people coming because they love Cuba, they love Cuban culture. Many people are religions that coming to have a little bit more knowledge or to be in touch for what they believe. So the response are very nice. Many people sometimes feel like, I don't know if I can go because it's religion, and I need to explain people. I don't bring religion to the stage. I respect too much my religion. I bring art, history, and information to the stage. And for everybody, it's a very important point.
Very important. And so basically, it's an opportunity for people to understand the history and culture of Cuba, the continuity and the connection to Africa. And in terms of those who may want to connect with your organization and the work you do, could you give us a contact information?
Of course, the name of the company is Oyu Oro Afro Cuban Experimental Dance Ensemble. You can find in Facebook, Twitter, all the video. But the link that you can really find is Oyu Oro Afro Cuban Dance afrocubandance.com.
And we will definitely share that with you. Well, I just want to say on behalf of Cultural Caravan, we want to salute the work you do as it relates to preserving, celebrating our culture, and sharing our culture with the broader community. Thank you so much, Danys, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And remember, as much as you know, as much knowledge you have, it's better because the power is the knowledge.
Thank you.
Yeah, me, yeah, my. Oh mío, lleva ya. Afrequete.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, and we continue to encourage you to tune in, to write, and to tell a friend. And please visit our website at www.ccptv.org. But until next time, Louise Dente saying thank you.